Hi there, Steve Jensen, Dr. J from the National Sales Academy and Impact Training Corporation. I thought I'd pop on today to have a bit of a chat to you about how to make sure that closing becomes effortless. I get regularly asked on a regular basis, hey, how can we close more sales? And we can go through tons of processes and lots of soft skills, but there's one thing I'd like to share with you that makes it a lot easier to have people buy from you. So I'm going to ask you some questions and you might want to write a few of the answers down as we go. And one of the things that I find that the best sales professionals are doing are being known for what they do. In other words, if they are involved with selling cars, they are known as a car expert in that specific model and brand. Maybe you're a personal trainer and you specialize in strength training or sports conditioning or weight loss. And people know you as that personal trainer that specializes in that. She's amazing, he's amazing. Or you're a real estate agent that actually gets out there and you really get a fantastic opportunity for both parties. So the question I'll ask you, the very first question is, what are you known for? Do people say your name and think of your product and or service? And if they're saying, if it's no, that's fine. Something for you to start working on. Social media is a great way to do that. You can do like these lives. You can actually do social posts and make sure that you are giving them tips that show you are an expert. Only have to do it 5 to 6 times and give them some good content and they'll say, wow, that guy really knows, or that girl really knows what she's talking about. The next thing is, if you're known as an expert in your field of your product and services, when you meet people, when you come in, they come in to meet you, or you have a telephone call, or however you're having a conversation, after you've built some rapport and you get the know, like, and trusting out of the way, and usually the best way of doing that is getting some commonality, what way do you have to find out their big problem, their challenge? Remember, no one wants your product and or service. It's going to either give them a ton of pleasure or release some frustration or pain. Find out their big challenge. If they don't have that wonderful opportunity to buy your product or service, they might go somewhere else, but what's the pain or the frustration or the feeling they're wanting to get from your product and or service? So this is called finding the compelling reason. What do you do after you've had that person say, wow, that person's an expert, I've got to go to them? What do you do to find their compelling reason? Usually you have tools and ways to do this. Don't just put it in your head. I suggest you have things on your iPad, scribble sheets, or needs analysis to do that. It's about 80% of the sale. Now, once you actually establish this type of thing, when people say out there in the marketplace, say, for instance, what do you do? What do you say? Do you say, I'm a personal trainer? Do you say, I'm in real estate? Do you say, I'm a financial planner? Well, that's fine, but that doesn't solicit a conversation. This is another tip that I suggest that you consider. I was talking to a good friend of mine this morning, and I asked her, what are you known for? And she was giving me this great big long, let's say, explanation, and it was very good. But if she was talking to someone in an elevator, it's called an elevator pitch, what would she say? Now, she's an expert negotiator. What does a negotiator do? They do this, they do that, and you've got to explain it. But what feeling does she give them? What feeling do people want? It could possibly be stop worrying, maybe winning, or maybe stop arguing. Maybe it's peace of mind. You say, well, I'm a person that actually looks at little challenges from a different point of view and come up with a solution where everybody's happy and they have peace of mind. In other words, I stop people worrying and they can get on and have some freedom and have some, some downtime. And they go, wow, how do you do that? Oh, I'm a negotiator. I teach people negotiation. What do you do and what feeling do you create? Is it excitement? Is it peace of mind? Is it freedom? That's another tip to actually make sure you're really clear on. So if you actually have these feeling conversations going in your head when you're having a conversation with someone else. That's going to open up the decision-making part of the brain. So, what are you known for? I'm known for this. What problems do you fix? Yes. When people ask you the question, what do? You tell them what you do and then whack the actual thing at the end. If you have a feeling at the end, the person's going to relate to you more. So the next part of the questioning I want to ask you is when you actually get into the conversation and the person starts to having, I've got this challenge, I've got this challenge, and I need this fixed. You say, right, you can fix that, but do you teach them things that they just don't know? In other words, do you show them and explain to them things that's a little bit new or something that is a little bit different, that put you up there as an expert, or something that an expert would know, so they can give them that information, and they've maybe done a little bit of research in the past and say, yes, a few of the experts have said that, then you add to it. These are called I never knew that's. Ink spots. We recommend that you have at least 10 in your pocket that you can use. And when you actually teach people things that they just don't know about that product and or service or the opportunity to fix the challenge, guess what? They want to work with you. And if it links to your unique selling position, wow, that's even better. So if you're going to have this conversation with somebody, make sure that whatever you teach them, it's valuable. Don't just make a whole lot of conversations that sounds great and it's just noise. We call that noisy chat. We just talk and talk and talk, and it doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't resonate as value. So teach them stuff that they don't know, that they go, wow, that's amazing. So that creates value. So there's some ideas for you to take away. Now, how are you going to do this? Now, I'm going to give you a quick overview of 3 small points that you could use to put this into practice. Number 1, I recommend that you have teach sheets. In other words, cheat sheets. In other words, sheets of stuff that you can teach people that they don't know, so you don't have to remember it all. You can use this over the phone, and you can also use them belly to belly, so you refer to it when you're having that conversation. Remember, what's written is real. When it just comes out of your mouth, some people are a little bit skeptical. So these are called cheat sheets. We call them teach sheets when we're out there in the marketplace, but at the end of the day, we say if you're not a super expert, but if you talk about the stuff that's written and you know about it, you can be perceived as an expert. Now, if you use cheat sheets, make sure that they're actually put into let's say, with your logos on it, and make sure you've got them in laminates or whatever the case may be, so they don't just a tatty piece of paper, or put them on your iPad. Next thing is, make sure that whatever you're talking about, it's to the point and succinct. Stop the noisy chat, fix the big problems, get the big bucks. Lucky last, want to make sure that you use your inks or your I never knew that's at least once to twice in your presentation. If you do that, you'll be perceived as an expert, or getting close to. If you can join it up to a USP, unique selling point, even better. So anyway, lots to cover. Just a little quickie. Make sure you're perceived as an expert that cares and people want to buy from you. Okay, we'll catch up with you later. Bye for now.